Roll Hall of Fame fan vote leaderboard. They're just ahead of Whitney Houston, just behind Judas Priest. The Dave Matthews Band, however, has leapfrogged Pat Benatar for the top spot.
I had a feeling that was going to happen.
In the Rock Hall leaderboards by a couple of thousand votes. Now, that's enough to get him the popular vote, but can they win the Electoral College? So it's the Dave Matthews Band at the very top now, about 337,000 votes. You can vote for up to 5 bands each day, rockhall.com, if you're so inclined. Which I'm doing. I'm placing my 5 votes.
Every day?
Every day.
Good for you.
The total votes cast thus far, because you can see the leaderboards and in real time, about 3.82 million votes right now. So Dave Matthews Band has leapfrogged. Leapfrogged. Leapfrog.
They have leapfrog.
Like attorneys general. Pat Benatar, the Doobie Brothers, Soundgarden, and Judas Priest, rounding out the top 5. I am perfectly fine with that top 5. Depeche Mode in 6th.
I would like to see Nine Inch Nails.
I would too. I'm surprised that Nine Inch Nails is polling so low with the fans. Depeche Mode, Whitney Houston, Thin Lizzy. This is in order, just going down. Motorhead, Nine Inch Nails, Todd Rundgren, T-Rex, Biggie Smalls, Kraftwerk.
I'm surprised Biggie's so far down, too.
I'm not. Not with this class. I don't think people are zeroing in so much on the hip-hop.
Yeah, that's true.
Rufus and Shaka Khan and the MC5. Again, this is just the fan part. But whoever wins the fan vote, like, how does this work? Whoever wins the fan vote gets in?
No. Whoever wins the fan vote, it counts as one vote.
Oh, it does?
Counts as one vote. Of the thousands of votes that...
So even if you're number 2, it doesn't count as any vote in this. I see. Will comprise a fan's ballot that will be icy. Mm-hmm. So this is one ballot.
Yeah.
Well, there have to have been bands in the history of the Rock Hall that have...
Won that and not got in?
Declined their induction into the Rock Hall.
Why would you? Why would you care?
Because there are a lot of bands
who reward you.
There are bands that didn't care. They were like, well, they all say they don't care until they get inducted. Yeah, but I'm just saying there have to be, like Neil Young. Is Neil Young in the Rock Hall? He doesn't strike me as a guy who would care if he was in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And even though you decline, I think they still put you in. Like, it's not even really up to you. Oh, he's in. Yeah, Eddie Vedder inducted Neil Young into the Rock Hall.
Who?
Neil Young. He's a legend.
No, he was saying Eddie Vedder, who? Because he's never heard of Pearl Jam.
Pearl Jam.
That's right.
Give it the bit, Bill.
You told me. No, you're right. I'm surprised that you are that dedicated to the bit that you know who Eddie Vedder is.
What bit? And who's Eddie Vedder?
Back on track.
So, Neil Young was going to induct Pearl Jam into the Rock Hall because they inducted him, but he had to bail, and so Letterman inducted Pearl Jam, you might recall, a few years back. That was not a show in Cleveland. I would have loved to have seen Letterman induct Pearl Jam. Got to see Stern induct Bon Jovi, but I only cared about 50% of that equation.
Did you see that video I posted? The old Stern pay-per-view clips?
No.
I
saw them up there.
Yeah, they're real wild. It's such a different time. Just so it's definitely it's like a time capsule.
Was it the Channel 9 TV show?
I don't know exactly because I'm not that familiar with Stern stuff back then. I think it was from the old pay-per-view specials that he used to do. They're tapes that Members Only Dave, who works over at KISS, he goes to thrift stores and he finds these things and he'll upload it to his YouTube channel if it's not already out there. So he uploaded these things, and they're just
That's not a copyright thing? But Bongo Fiesta on your YouTube channel?
I don't know.
Huh.
They're up there.
System of a Down Halloween Light Show is also at AlanCoxShow.com. If you missed Kids Bop Karen from yesterday.
They're listening to Kids
She thinks it's cute that her driver almost hit my kids, and she thinks she needs to take a video of it. Instead of apologizing like a saint.
So stopping in the middle of the road is going to help?
You being a is going to help?
I didn't say anything.
I don't know. Calm down. Calm down.
It's okay. I'm sorry.
He apologized.
It's my fault.
He apologized.
Yeah, I know.
And you know what? That didn't upset me. But the hoe
Sorry.
that told me
Guys.
to calm down. What I'd like you to do is apologize instead of being a.
You're calling me sorry, but you're calling me a.
Oh,
set
sorry.
an example.
I'm sorry. My kids can't hear me calling you a.
Your window's open.
They can't hear me because they're listening to Kids Bop. My kids can't hear me because they're listening to Kids Bop.
My kids can't hear me.
My kids can't hear me.
That voice.
They're listening to
And the
Kids
fact
Bop.
that, the fact that she's probably
Dude, her
a
eyes
little
are-
bit high or drunk or
Her
something.
eyes are bugging out of her head.
No, that's just a mom with kids. That's how it is. She's like, oh, good God, I'd rather yell at these people and almost risk getting shot than.
Well, no, that's what I said yesterday.
Why didn't you run over my kids?
Please.
I would have been free.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that I understand. I'm just saying, like, that accounts for her short temper. Doesn't account for her eyes or her, calm down.
Calm down. And, like, the way she's
Calm
those poor
down.
kids.
so crazy.
She's got some flipper that she's waving at him.
I don't like her.
Alan, is it possible that Mary is mistaking Evel Knievel for Super Dave Osborne?
Perhaps.
I don't even never heard that name one
God, I
time in
miss
my
Super
whole life.
Dave. The great Bob Einstein. It's Albert Brooks' brother. Died a couple years ago, right? When did Super Dave die?
Marty Funkhauser.
Marty Funkhauser, the Funk Man.
I don't know. I've never heard that name.
Oh, he died this year, January.
Wasn't that
Just after the first of the year, January 2, Bob Einstein died. Yeah. Some people only know him from Curb Your Enthusiasm, but he was Super Dave. And you talk about clips that make you laugh till you cry. Him on the bus playing the piano when it hits the overpass.
Oh,
you ever see that?
goddamn, yeah.
Oh, it's a classic. That was the first show I remember where like the cuts were so clean. It was classic misdirection, and you didn't really notice. You know, he's king of the road. Ah, goddamn. Yeah, those were on Showtime, I think, when I was a kid. Super Dave. Yeah, a lot of people hit me up that want the Dave Matthews Band to get inducted. I did get a lot of angry email from Bon Jovi fans yesterday when I said that should they be in the Rock Hall?
Hey, look, they finally inspired something.
There you go.
There it is.
Angry emails that they Bon Jovi was never considered an inspirational band. Alan, my son joined middle school band this year, and I had to get him an instrument from the school's rental company, and they ran my credit in order to get him a trumpet.
Oh my
wow.
God! Are you
Well, those
serious?
are
no,
pretty
that's- yeah.
expensive.
Those are
I had to
they
do
did
that for
that
my
years
kid's
ago.
violin,
when
yeah.
My son was in the 5th grade when he started playing saxophone, and those things are like, I'm like, do we rent these? And they're like, but you essentially buy them. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, my daughter played violin, and they did the same thing with us. And they're like, whew.
I wonder,
I guess we'll give you this.
I wonder, did they run credit for my flutophone?
What is a flutophone?
It's like a flutophone. It's like a plastic.
It's like
flute.
a flutophone, is what he says.
It's a plastic.
What's a flutophone?
A plastic flute.
It's called a flutophone?
A flutophone.
Really?
Unless they changed the name from when I was a kid. It's a flutophone.
Huh.
And then our violas, we never had to like rent or anything. We just used the schools. We had our own. I mean,
Isn't a
we were
flutophone
assembled.
just a recorder?
Yeah, but we call them flutophones.
Oh, I see.
Better than the original.
Absolutely. Alan, my name is Scott. I'm watching you guys from Casper, Wyoming. Hey, there you go.
Oh.
Hell yeah.
Isn't that Dick Cheney country?
I don't know.
Casper, Wyoming.
Wasn't Dick
Wyoming's
Cheney,
a
I
big
thought
one.
was from Pennsylvania.
Dick Cheney?
Oh, no, I'm
he's
thinking
a Wyoming man.
Oh, I'm thinking of
Ed Rendell?
no, the Roger Ailes
Roger Ailes.
from Warren,
Okay.
Ohio. What are you looking for?
Wyoming.
Wyoming?
Is it by Denver?
Casper, there's like 2 cities in Wyoming. There's Jackson Hole and Casper, and that's about it.
Is Wyoming near Colorado?
Yeah, it's right above it.
Okay, because when I was in Colorado, they were like, you should drive up to Wyoming and see the buffalo.
Oh,
I guess there's like actual like crazy wild buffalo that run around and stuff out there.
They meant bison.
Bison, whatever they are. Sure. But I remember people telling me that because I was supposed to have a car while I was out there. Like, if you got a day to do nothing, drive up there and we'll watch some animals.
a guy on the buffalo hopped off to stretch his legs, walking the field. Hey, what's this in the weeds? It's a baby. Awesome. He put it in a saddle, hopped on, humped it up a hill and across the plain. Tried to cross a river. Not gonna happen, man. You're riding on a buffalo, member, but keep the baby afloat. Get your guy on a buffalo.
Yeah, keep that baby afloat.
Yeah, keep that baby afloat.
Yep.
When's that going to be public domain?
Guy on a buffalo? Probably another 100 years.
Dang.
More word out of the Batman camp is that they're almost zeroed in on who's going to play the Penguin. Did you see?
Almost.
No.
It's not Jonah Hill?
Not Jonah Hill. He already said that he wasn't going to.
Is it a penguin-shaped person?
It is not.
Is it a svelte man?
Is it The Rock?
I think so.
Zac Efron.
And Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson as the Penguin. Colin Farrell.
Colin Farrell.
Is
he's got dark hair.
in serious talks to play the Penguin.
How many bad guys are they going to have in this movie?
It sounds like they're going to have all of them.
Yeah.
Who's the Joker?
Huh?
Is there a Joker?
I don't know if they're going to have a Joker.
I
in
think
this
people
one.
are jokered out right now.
Oh, yeah. So they have Penguin, Two-Face.
Well, no, he's going to play Harvey Dent, so he might not become Two-Face till down the road.
Riddler.
Riddler.
Yeah, Riddler.
Batman.
Riddler.
Catwoman.
Riddler was Jim Carrey.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's who I was thinking of.
Schwarzenegger was Mr. Freeze.
Yes.
Chill out.
Chill out.
Chill out.
Uma Thurman was Poison Ivy.
Yes, Poison Ivy.
Yep. The Sex Pistols declined their induction and wrote the Rock Hall letter that you absolutely can't read on the air, but there you go.
Punk rock.
Yeah. Quiet Riot should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame before Bon Jovi. Well, listen, there are a lot of those interchangeable kind of 80s bands that you could argue should be in before Bon Jovi, but I think that's when the differentiating characteristic becomes commercial viability. Quiet Riot was the first metal band to have a #1 album. They'll always, no one can take that away from them.
That's
and
forever theirs.
Equally as important, they just played the WMMS Halloween Bash.
Their highest point.
Equally as important. Yes. They're going to be skiing down the other side of the mountain at this point. Alan, could you please spend the remainder of the show talking about flutophones? Yeah, I don't know what to tell you.
We can just play flutophone songs.
Yeah.
It's not very interesting. It was just something I did when we were in.
Did they actually call it a flutophone?
Yes, it was
I've
a
never
flutophone.
heard
They didn't call it a recorder?
We did not call it a
Ours was
recorder.
called a recorder.
Yeah, everybody else played a recorder. You
Well,
played a flutophone.
a flutophone.
Different generations.
No.
Y'all was just
He's
wrong.
like 4 years younger than me.
Yeah, your generation was just wrong.
I had never heard of flutophone. That's why I had to ask.
Ooh, did they got Smooth Operator?
Just think of Ron Burgundy.
Jazz flute is for little sissy men.
Fairy Boys.
Fairy boys.
This is nice.
So this is a kid who is very genuinely happy to play this song. He's taking great pride in this.
Better than the original. I'll say that about all of them. Big fan of the recorder. What if someone, like, you had a great date, and then you get home, you go back to this guy's apartment, and he's like, you want to listen to some music? And you're like, yeah, something to set the mood. He turns on recorder music. Do you immediately leave?
I'd be like,
He's like, I hope you enjoy the flutophone.
I would honestly probably think he was joking. I'd be like, are you kidding? And if he
And
was
he's
like,
like,
no,
no.
I'm like really into this.
I really like this.
This is a composer from da da da. I'd be like, all right, I gotta.
I wish
go.
I was this good. I play, but I'm
Do
not
you know
as good
why?
at this.
Because that leads to him playing the recorder for me, and I got to get out. I can't.
Oh, you just assume that he would whip it out. That this
For
is the
sure.
this is the precursor to
Yes.
him playing you a live
It's
composition.
exactly
He
when
says,
you
no, I don't pull out the recorder till my third date.
no when you get to a guy's apartment and they've
Blow
got
right
a-
on the reed, tongue on the reed.
You get to a guy's apartment and they've got a guitar. They're playing it for sure. They're gonna play it.
I have a guitar and I never play it.
You've never played the guitar for a girl you've brought home.
Bad at it, yeah. So
Well,
I
then
don't.
that makes sense. It's usually guys who are like they can play Wonderwall.
I had a girl play for me once. That was
Oh.
That was hot as hell.
Was that emasculating?
No, it was great. She was a good guitar player. She had a great voice.
Wow.
Very turned on. Yeah.
I don't have anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
I can quote you The Office while we look at it on my laptop phone.
I'll wreck all the jokes on this.
No, this doesn't get it going for me. If
doesn't?
this was on in somebody's
Sandstorm
apartment,
on the recorder doesn't do it for you? You got to wait for the drop to happen, man.
This is kind of dope. Not gonna lie.
It's like, I'm in.
This is kind of dope.
Well, that mouth do.
Wish I learned. I only knew hot cross buns. I didn't know this.
Hot cross buns.
see Poundcake
Well, you
trying
weren't
to
hanging out with Asian
twerk
kids.
to it.
I need a dangly belly ring for
He's
this.
got
Dangling belly.
I just see booby tassels spinning to this.
You got to break out that ear ice.
I'm here for this. All of it.
Well, anyway. Fantastic.
Okay, that wouldn't make you leave a girl's apartment, would it?
What does she look like?
Recorder music. Normal. Cleveland 7.
I wouldn't have been there in the first place.
You've banged so many Cleveland 7s. Don't even.
Okay, it's Cleveland 7. I don't like to go to their house. I always have a cat.
I mean, they're not all as good as that guy, though.
What kind of a rabbit hole are you making us go down?
I like the people who are not really precise with the recorder.
Yeah.
But they just love...
It's just passion,
It's
man.
passion. It's the joy of playing.
You can like hear their breaths in it.
The flutophone.
You gotta listen to the notes they're not playing.
That's right. Little pitchy dog. That's a real club banger too.
Is that cocaine that makes you do that?
No,
You think?
that's
just
loneliness.
pure passion from your loins.
Yeah, that's just straight awkwardness.
If you've got passionate loins, boy. Hey, Don.
Hey, Alan, how you doing?
What's up?
Hey, I just wanted to back up Poundcake on the Flutophone.
Yeah?
I went to private school like you, and in grade school they called it a Flutophone. I'm 61 years old. They stuffed every...
I'm not saying nobody called it that. I'm
it
saying
is.
I'd never heard that before.
Yeah, they stuffed every Catholic school and grade school into the Canton Civic Center. We put a concert on every year.
I mean, we never, in my Catholic school, I don't ever remember playing a recorder or anything. I don't remember that being part. A lot of people will cite that
Grade
as
school.
part of their grade. I don't ever remember doing that.
It's right before you started to actually pick real instruments. This is like
well,
young, I feel
somebody
like.
This
better
is like
stick up for Poundcake.
3rd or 4th grade.
I think it's before that. I feel like recorders was like 2nd grade.
No,
Because
ours
in-
were like 4th and 5th.
In
because
4th
6th grade,
and 5th grade, we were allowed to play real instruments.
No, 4th and 5th grade, we had
every school's different.
flutophones, and then 6th grade was when we actually started.
maybe that's
I
real.
started playing viola, I remember, because I played viola for like 3 years. 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade, high school, I went to JVS.
But he called it a flutophone. Don did.
Okay. Thank you, Don.
Well, you're welcome. Have a good evening.
All right, there you go. Yeah, when my wife would be like, when I would drag her to a Steely Dan show or something, Donald Fagen plays the, I always forget what it's called. It's the little keyboard with the horn in it.
Keyboard with the horn.
Oh
in it.
God!
What? Are you thinking-
She goes, is that
Wait,
guy playing a
wait.
Fisher Price?
Wait, like
What's
not an
it called?
accordion.
No. It's
Keyboard with a horn in it.
A harmonica?
it's a little. Somebody will tell me. You Steely Dan fans or melodica. It's a melodica.
Okay, I know that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a couple of keys, but it's like a little piano that you blow into, and he plays it. My wife's like, is that guy playing a friggin'? Is he blowing into a keyboard?
And she's such a harmonica enthusiast. She had to be thrilled.
Right. I go, baby, that could be you up there right now. Yeah, it's basically a tube that goes into a keyboard. It doesn't sound like that, though.
That's an accordion.
Well, it's this guy blowing into a keyboard, but a melodica I thought was like a smaller thing. Almost like a toy.
Maybe
Yeah.
that guy made it. He had it custom made for his lips only.
I'm going to need a custom-made melodica from you guys.
What's his name?
Donald Fagen. He's the front
It's a
man,
melodica.
last surviving member of Steely Dan's
You can also use a tube to play with the melodica. And
Anyway, this person uploaded a full video of them teaching you how to play the melodica. So
YouTube's great for that crap.
You
Boy,
can
it
just,
certainly
you can just
is.
learn. Yeah, you can just learn anything. Just YouTube it. There's a video of an instrument I just found out existed.
And there's one that's
this coming weekend, I can't wait to grout my tub and learn the melodica.
At the same time.
From YouTube. I'm going to grout my tub with a melodica.
Hey!
So every time you take a shower, it sounds like that person playing Sandstorm on the Flutophone.
I picture the little scrubbing bubbles dancing to it. You like squirting those little...
That's what I'm hoping. Okay, listen, I got a break. You want to get the last word in? Do me a favor and don't. No, I'm just kidding. Whatever you want, I don't care. Cavs pregame 6:30. There'll be another chance for you to get yourself $1,000 coming up before that, and then 7 o'clock. Cavs against the Celtics downtown.
The Alan Cox Show on 100.7 WMMS and everywhere you